Your life is not boring because you choose to be inside. Now, this is one of the most foolish things I ever thought. You don't need 20 bridesmaids and groomsmen. Studies have shown that it's associated with a high risk of wedding drama. I don't know what research that is, but I said what I said. Everyone is talking about propaganda they will not be falling for, but today I'm going to be telling you about propaganda I already fell for that I don't want you to fall for. In no particular order, let's get right into it. Number one, being on social media means you don't care about your privacy. For a very long time, this is something that made me very hesitant about being active online, because I felt like the perception about people who were online was that they always just wanted to show off or they didn't care about privacy. But now that I've been on social media for quite a bit, I can tell you that if you want to be private, you can be private about things you choose to be private about. And even people who seem to be showing off their life on social media don't even show you everything. So that is like a little tiny proportion of their entire life. If you're someone who has always desired to have a digital space or just to do something that involves being online, don't let this perception scare you. Do what you have to do, create your own digital space and start posting. The second propaganda I fell for that I don't want you to fall for is that your life is boring because you don't attend parties or because you're someone who chooses to do activities that involve being indoors. See, your life is not boring because you choose to be inside. If people find some of your interests boring, that's on them, not on you. You also find some of the things they are doing boring. In the past, I've often found myself trying so hard to enjoy what other people are enjoying so that I can be considered interesting. But maturing is realizing your interest mustn't match other people's interests. Yes, I understand that people who are usually indoors can sometimes come off as socially awkward, and that's a different ball game altogether. You can be an introvert without being socially awkward. You can be an extrovert and still be socially awkward. So those are two different things. Don't let anyone force you into doing things you're not interested in just because you want to appear interested or because you want to be seen as cool. That is just you living another person's life. If you find that you're someone who is always saying yes to things because you don't want to say no, you don't want to be a bad person, you don't want to feel guilty for letting people down or for not being as interesting as they would want you to be, then I've created this little flowchart, which is something I personally use when I'm at a crossroad and I really want to make sure I'm saying yes to the things I genuinely want to say yes to. Just check the link in my description box and get yourself a copy. You can use it on your phone or you can paste it somewhere, just somewhere you can easily gain access to. Number three propaganda I fell for that I don't want you to fall for is that making to-do lists or having yearly goals is unnecessary. For a very long time, I didn't used to make to-do lists. I just felt like it was better to just go with the flow, relieve yourself of the pressure of goals and to-do lists and all those kind of things. And for a long time, I just realized I was just going in cycles. As an adult who is navigating life actively, you need to have specific goals. You need to know what you're looking forward to, and it helps you to make wise choices towards those things. It helps you to understand where your life is going and how you can intervene at different points to make sure it is actually going where you want it to go. If not, you're just going to be winging life, and at the end of the year, you can't lay your finger on anything you've particularly achieved. Another one is that I wasn't a good speaker because I didn't have a British accent or an American accent. I'm not going to lie, I hated my voice just like many other people, and one of the primary reasons was because I felt I wasn't sounding good enough. And for a long time, I avoided things that involved me actively speaking. Not that I wasn't doing them, but I didn't enjoy them as much as I was supposed to, and I didn't give myself to them as frequently and as often I was supposed to, because I just felt like people would prefer to hear the voices of other people who sounded better than me. But the honest truth is that having a specific accent and being articulate are two different things. What you basically need is to be able to communicate your thoughts clearly and as simply as possible. Just focus on improving your vocabulary, your pronunciation, and improve your ability to use words to describe specific situations. Another one is that you're not fashionable enough if your style is simple. And again, this is something I had in my mind for a very long time, that I wasn't fashionable enough, I don't dress well enough, because I really don't like dramatic styles. I'm a very simple person and I really appreciate simple styles, and this affected my self-esteem, especially when I go into certain spaces where I see everyone dressing elaborately, flamboyantly, and I'm looking at myself dressed very simply, and it didn't make sense to me. And again, I tried my best at some points to try out very dramatic outfits, to try out bright colors, but it didn't just work. As long as you can uniquely combine colors, combine outfits together, you know, accessorize in a way that accentuates the outfits, dress for your body type, and choose outfits that are suitable for different occasions, you are fashionable enough. And don't let anyone guilt trip you into thinking because you're covered up, you're less fashionable. Decency and modesty are very, very much fashionable. They are very much in vogue. and they will never go out of style. Another one is that having too many friends is better. I remember during secondary schools and early university when it was like a thing for everyone to have a clique or have a group of friends they always go around with. And I remember I used to feel like maybe there was something wrong with me because I didn't have this number of people around me, or I didn't have this clique of friends who always do things together, or we're always seen around each other. Looking back now, this is one of the most foolish things I ever thought, among so many other foolish mindsets I had. If you're someone who is able to handle a large number of friends, by all means go and have them. But if you find that having that many people just drains you and you're not able to commit to them fully, stick to the people who are genuine to you. Over time, you realize you don't need that much people and you're not even able to keep up. So whatever the number is who genuinely love you and care about you, stick to them, nurture that friendship, invest in it, appreciate God for it, and keep it moving. If more people come along the way, fine and good. If they don't, that's also fine. Let me tell you the honest truth. You don't need 20 bridesmaids and groomsmen. Studies have shown that it's associated with a high risk of wedding drama. I don't know what research that is, but I said what I said. Another mindset is that if people love you, you don't have to tell them what you need. No. Open your mouth. I understand the place of being thoughtful, and yes, people around you are supposed to be thoughtful. They're supposed to understand you and know what you could possibly need per time. Genuinely, sometimes they really want to help, but they don't know how to help. So please, don't be there grieving about people not caring about you and people not wanting to help you. Meanwhile, they're all there and not knowing what to do. In the same vein, don't also think that when you work hard at your job, you're automatically going to get noticed. I'm not saying you have to be pretentious, but you need to find a way to make sure you're communicating the hard work that you're doing. Another propaganda I fell for that I definitely don't want you to fall for is that desiring to be rich means you're less spiritual. No sis, no brother. Being rich is not anti-God. By all means, aim high, desire to be financially intelligent. It doesn't make you less spiritual. It doesn't mean you don't love God enough. Of course, you're not about to go into ungodly things or go into immoral activities just because you want to be wealthy. But as long as you're trying your best to be excellent at what you do, you're trying your best to stand out, you're thinking about money in a healthy way, you're giving yourself opportunities to increase financially, you're doing the right thing, and let nobody shame you into thinking you don't love God enough. I mean, I can go on and on about so many unhealthy and foolish things I've thought about in my life that have held me hostage for a very long time, and I'll be writing a lot about them in my newsletter. So if you've not subscribed to my newsletter, feel free to subscribe to my free newsletter where I'll just be sharing some of these random lessons I've learned from living a few years on earth. And I hope this video changes a lot of your mindset and encourages you to do the things you've actually wanted to do and become a better version of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.